Boy, do I love anime. Especially my favorite anime. You know, the anime where a high school boy has a bunch of girls fighting for his heart. Not specific enough? Okay. You know, the anime where the two main love interests knew each other as children, but were separated at a very young age, but reunited in high school and are falling for each other. Still not specific enough? Okay. You know, the anime where the two main love interests are pretending a fake relationship only to slowly grow closer to one another till they eventually fall in love with each other? Of course you know it. You know what I'm talking about. How could you not? Of course, we're talking about A Couple of Cuckoos. Yep, if you haven't already read the title, today we are going to be talking about a manga that is going to be getting an anime adaptation very soon, A Couple of Cuckoos. A Couple of Cuckoos is a very fun manga that I enjoyed immensely, so of course, we're going to be going over the manga in today's video, but when we go over it, we may spoil something, so watch out for that. But without further ado, let's talk about why I really enjoyed A Couple of Cuckoos, but I had some issues with it. Now, starting off with issues of the manga, the first one I have is pretty big, and it's that I don't like the art very much. Now, normally, I always praise the art in manga, even in a series that doesn't have my favorite art of all time, like Kanojo. However, the more I read A Couple Cuckoos, the less impressed with the art I am. Sure, I do think there are very good pieces in this manga, please don't mistake me there, but for the most part, the art is just kind of subpar. Even the colored pieces, I think, look very strange in my opinion, and I just can't enjoy them very much. Now don't get me wrong, I don't think I can say that the art is outright bad, because if I did, I would feel like I'm lying. But the art is definitely not a highlight of this manga, and it's definitely subpar when compared to other manga, like Rent a Girlfriend, Dragon Ball, and of course, Layback Camp. Now, another negative I have with this manga is the main character, Nagi. And I want to be real with y'all, Nagi's just a pretty lame main character. Now, while I do believe he has small moments of greatness in this manga, like this scene with Sachi and Erika, or really just any scene with Sachi in general, overall, Nagi just does not leave a big impression on me. His design is boring, he isn't that fun to watch, and in all honesty, it's just a very meh character. Sure, he's not the worst main character ever, like the senpai from Nakatoro, or the guy from Redo of Healer, but he's definitely not one of the greats, and this is a criticism I have of this manga, Nagi just not being a very interesting main character to follow. Now, with those two negatives out the way, let's start with what I really liked about this manga. The first thing being the humor. And I think this series can be very funny at times. Be it Sachi's snark towards Nagi, Erika's brattiness, or just Ai's insanity. I believe there's a lot of humorous elements to be found in this series, and I got plenty of laughs reading. Possibly the best gut buster being when Erika was faking a suicide attempt on Instagram to get her parents' attention to stop her arranged relationship with Nagi. The humor in this series is just very funny, crazy, and off-the-walls banana, and I really enjoy it, and it is definitely a positive for this manga. Another great thing in A Couple of Cuckoos is the premise. While yes, I did poke on at how similar this manga is to Nisekoi, another series I made some videos on, they're only similar on the surface level. A Couple of Cuckoos has a really fun premise involving children being swapped at birth, a childhood friend turned idol going crazy for someone, two families from completely different spectrums of wealth trying to merge by marrying their children together, and so much more. But the whole actual premise revolves around Erika and Nagi getting married, as they were switched at birth, and now both sets of the parents want to have both children legally, and this was clearly the only option. Really silly, I know, but it works in the confines of the manga. And we get all these hijinks with Sachi, Erika, Ai, and Hiro, who I haven't mentioned, but it's a pretty fun character too. Overall though, I found this manga to have a really enjoyable premise that really fits with the manga's silly style, and I think you'll enjoy it too if you enjoy a series like Nisekoi, Kanojo, or Rent a Girlfriend. And the final major aspect in this manga that I enjoyed are the girls. Yes, I know, I always say this in every video I ever make, but what can I say? I do love me some anime girls. And while none of these girls are on the same level of Iris or Viper, they're still great. Erika is alright with how funny she can be. Hiro is very interesting. Ai can be really strange and obsessed over Nagi, but in a very entertaining way. And Sachi, well, to put it bluntly, Sachi is an amazingly written character who I enjoy reading immensely. Her relationship with Nagi is probably the best thing about this manga, and I cannot overstate how amazingly written it is for me. And it's just amazing. Sachi is simply an amazing character and easily the best girl in this manga, and the other three girls don't even compare. Overall though, while I do have some issues with A Couple of Cuckoos, some being fairly big, such as the art or the main character, I must say that this is a very fun manga, and I think you should definitely give this manga a shot if you enjoy a series such as Nisekoi, Kanojo, Rent a Girlfriend, or other things of that sort. But anyway, I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully, I'll see you next week. Peace.